Thank you for joining us wherever you are. This podcast episode is brought to you by the Old Ways Actual Play team. This actual play uses the 5th edition Vampire the Masquerade tabletop role-playing rules by World of Darkness. This actual play is performed by adults and in an adult setting. Listeners should know that this podcast is intended for a mature audience and will include strong language and mature themes. All content, including names, places, events, companies, and so forth, that may bear resemblance to entities living, dead, or undead is strictly coincidental. My name is Rena Henze, and for tonight's game, I will be your storyteller. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the final finale of Blood Moon Rising, the Old Ways podcast Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle. I am your storyteller Rena, and tonight we are in fact bringing you the last episode of our first season. Thank you all, our listeners, for sticking with us for so long, for enjoying the trials and tribulations of our coterie. Thank you to our Patreon backers who made this show a possibility in the first place and for supporting the show. If you want to become one of our Patreon horde, then you can join us at patreon.com/theoldways. And thank you all to my wonderful cast for putting up with me and my shenanigans for this entire season, and also for having an amazing time in San Francisco by night and making the night a whole lot bloodier. So, before we get into our final finale, we need to do some introductions. So, to my right.
Hi, this is Mike, and I play Marcus Voss of Clan Bruja.
And to Marcus's right.
Hi, this is John, and I play Vince Markovich of Clan Tremere.
And at the end of the table.
Hi, my name's Tegan, and I'm playing Rom the Shaman.
Yes, the Malkavian. And next to our Malkavian.
Hi, this is Ali, and I play Katerina Bogdanovich of Clan Toreador.
Normally I would say last but not least, but we have a special guest tonight, so instead I'll say, and next to Katerina we have...
This is Tiffany, and I play Alex Giovanni of Clan Hakata.
And finally, we have a very special guest with us tonight.
Hi, my name's Khaldun Khalil. I do writing for RPGs, mostly for Vampire V5 and a few other things. I guess I've been working on Vampire and RPGs for about 20 years, and you can find me on Twitter at @KKhalil. And I'll be playing Lamb, your friendly neighborhood Malkavian anti-tribute.
Thank you very much for joining us. So we pick up this evening on the night of November 7th, 2022. It's the night of the Blood Moon. The night you have all been working to avoid, but has been looming large in your minds and in your calendars for the last few weeks. Previous night, you went to the Park Library in San Francisco and you took down Zachariah, the Tremere blood sorcerer, who was creating this infection, whatever it was, and you stopped him and his Tzimisce friend, Ash, from doing too much damage, let's say. Katerina did take a bit of, well, a hit to the stomach, let's say, and isn't feeling super great, but she's a vampire, she'll be fine. And you all went home to rest up, take care of other business, and now you are reconvening at Marcus's office to decide what you're going to do about the mysterious lamb, the last piece of your puzzle. So I'd like your rouse checks to begin this evening.
That is a 6.
What did Vince get?
A 9, so
9?
All good here.
I have also gotten a 9.
Same here.
There seems to be a trend.
9?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Nice.
the dice are in your favor this evening, as nobody takes any points of hunger. Katerina, you're going to have to eat at some point to help yourself with healing along, but you're doing okay at the moment. So you're all awake and you have made it to the labor union office. Marcus, you've sent most of your staff home for the night so that you don't have a whole lot of listening mortal ears in the vicinity. Luckily, the police have moved on since they've discovered Jimmy's body, and they have other things to worry about with the homeless population suddenly liquefying all around the city. So, let us begin this evening with your arrival at the labor union office.
Are we going to the office or are we going to our container?
We're going to go to the container
Right.
because that is safer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet. I keep cool things there.
Like trash bags.
I was going to make a call on the way, though. Just a short message.
Okay.
I was going to call Vera's place.
Okay.
And then if grandmother answered, I was going to let her know that her son had been punished. That was it.
She doesn't answer the phone, but you can leave a message for her. Mhm.
Yeah, and that's all I'll leave.
Okay. So the rest of you arrive at the shipping container that Marcus has set up. You don't have a whole lot of time because it is the night of the 7th, and who knows what Lamb and his pack are doing, even without their Tremere. So?
Yeah, so I'd welcome everyone into the scenic shipping container, which is likely to be a temporary strategizing room, and just really ask them to put all the cards on the table, so to speak. And I'll start with mine first, which just has Lamb's name on it.
You have 2 cards.
Suppose I do have Alex's card, as they have given me their card. So Alex's card says, distract the Bruja, but don't kill him. We want him alive at the end. I probably look up at the rest of my coterie mates and say something to the effect of, it's nice to be wanted.
This was around Eric's neck. It says, Green has opened the way for us as long as we allow him to embrace the girl.
Okay, obviously this is a callback to Andrew Green, right? Andrew Green, the lawyer who desperately wanted to embrace that girl.
Mm-hmm.
And the prince wouldn't let them.
Vince puts his down. It says, distract them for an entire night if you can. It will give us the time we need to complete the next step. I thought this was talking about Dima and his little distraction with Sally, but if that was it, he definitely succeeded.
Certainly.
And my card will join the pile. You know where to find me on the 7th, but don't feed the bison.
So those of you who've been in San Francisco a fairly decent amount of time, you know exactly what that reference means. Golden Gate Park is known for its horde of bison that visitors can come and enjoy and are told very, very bluntly, don't feed them. So you can gather Lamb is probably hanging out in the park somewhere. Why? Who knows?
Well, Golden Gate Cart's got a lot of space. There's a lot of room there. And there's a lot of cover. And so it's not a bad tactical choice in some respect.
Well, is he gangrel?
That's not my belief.
Oh, okay. I'm just thinking, open spaces, outside.
I had a run-in with Lamb and some of his fellow Sabbat members during the war. He's much more, we'll say, Rom's type.
What's that supposed to mean?
I look over at you. He likely hears voices.
Oh.
I'm surprised you can't hear him, actually. I thought that was a thing within the clan sector, not.
Well, everybody's been complaining that I've, had my firewalls a little bit overly open, so I've been trying not to ping too much.
You have heard a voice in your dreams, Rom. The night you got infected, you saw that shadowy figure speaking to you.
Ah, yes.
And you've heard that same voice in your dreams.
Ah. Well, I mean, if we're going to count dream time, then I guess, yes, I have heard a particular voice.
And so you're only mentioning this now.
Do you tell me about all of your... Wait, you didn't have dreams.
That's right. Because some of us didn't get infected.
Actually, that was just you, Marcus.
That was actually just you that didn't get infected.
I look around.
Vince just kind of shrugs at you. He's like, I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing. It's just you didn't. It just didn't happen.
So listen. The paddock is on the west side of the park. It's between 35th and 43rd off Fulton. And if if Zachariah and his fellow Sabbat member or any judge You don't want to be in front of any one of those bison. If they ghouled them.
Oh,
Vince is like, you can do that?
I shake my head.
ghoul some wagyu. Anyways. All right, well, what's your plan?
The important thing to remember is that there's a fundamental difference between people who follow that sect and whatever we decide for ourselves. They have a different way of thinking, a different frame of mind. They believe themselves to be on top of the food chain, totally and completely. They treat animal like cattle, and humans just the same. It's important not to lose yourself when fighting them. I don't think it shakes out any other way than a fight. I don't see them moving on, and I don't think after what Lamb and his fellow Sabbat members have done to San Francisco, including some people we may have called friend at one point, that they deserve any less than the justice that's coming to them.
Rom, you start to feel a bit of a tickle at the back of your brain.
So glad you specified where. I'm going to focus on that tickle. I'm assuming something is reaching out. And I'm going to go ahead and reach back out to it.
Someone's trying to talk to you. It's the same kind of feeling you get when someone tries to reach you through the Malkavian network. You can feel it. Like Marcus is talking, but you're not really paying attention because there's this tickle.
Yeah, I want to try to open up that connection.
You can say hello.
Oh, absolutely. Hello.
Hello, Ram.
And I recognize this voice.
It's that voice that you saw in your vision, the one you heard in your vision, the one you've been hearing in your dreams until you stopped having them.
All right, I'm gonna tap Marcus on the shoulder, and then I'm just gonna continue, and I'm gonna say, "What is it that you want?"
I just want what is owed to me.
All right, well, first off, that's really creepy. Yeah, wait, hold on a second. What is that supposed to mean?
I'm owed a child, Ram. Didn't you know that?
That can't possibly be true.
Ask the Bruja. He knows all about it. Some friend he is.
And I'm just gonna look at Marcus and... God.
Getting half this conversation must be fucking exceptional. He looked at me and then went, "Oh, God." What?
Honestly, you're hurting my feelings, Ram. I thought we had a connection. I've always had a third eye for the talented ones.
Oh, well, I always appreciate that. Actually, that's absolutely fantastic.
Aren't you coming? I left enough clues. Been waiting. A while.
Left me enough clues, eh? And I wink at Marcus. I'm like, no, what's with the games?
Games? This isn't a game. Well, I mean, everything's a game. I mean, haven't you figured that out by now? I thought Demo would have taught you that at least.
I can appreciate that. I just want... We have to end this. We can't keep doing this. You have to stop.
Stop? I mean, we've just started. Couldn't possibly stop. I really thought you were smarter than this, Ram. Can't you see this is in service of all of us? Saving us. Not just you and me, but, the vampires.
How? How is this in the service of saving all of our unlives in the end?
I mean, are we just going to sit by night, just wait for it to happen? The fathers, the elders, the old ones, awakening, picking us off one by one. I mean, we've got to fix all this. We've got to take it all down. I mean, no one's going to let us change things piecemeal. It's all has to go away. And, I figured it'd be easier just to get rid of it all at once.
Ah, yes, great, the patriarchy. I'm super ecstatic about that. Can you tell that I am making happy sounds? No, look, can they not rise? Can they just they can just stay down and we can just keep doing the things we're doing. I can continue running my business. This is the 2020s. There doesn't have to be fighting and blood violence and fathers rising and all of that cryptic stuff, we could, just settle in for a nice century.
Ram, that's what I want too. I want to stop them from rising. We're on the same side. I mean, wake up.
Wait, now I'm confused.
I mean, come on. Camarilla. I mean, are we seriously talking about this thing still? I mean, how long have we been fighting this whole war thing? I mean, sure, this is a whole new front, but this organization, these camis, they've been doing this forever. They're just pawns in this game. I mean, do you actually think they have some kind of altruistic purpose that they're looking out for you? I mean, everybody serves some older vampire, and then just, that's it. There's nobody at the top. Suddenly it's all democracy at the top of the organization, instead of what's actually going on. The blood gods.
Gosh, I don't even know what to say to you.
Come visit me, Ram. Let's have a chat. I'll show you what it's all about. We'll open that third eye yet.
Absolutely. I'm going to be doing that. You know what? Hey, look, he's really nice. All right, it's nice. Don't.
No. I want you, Ram.
Again. Cringe. Anyways, so, Marcus, he's in my head.
Get him out.
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to flush this.
No, I don't resist him pushing me out. If he doesn't want me in his, mind, then, I'm gone. It's cool.
So, Rom, you start pushing back, and the presence disappears. Or at least you think it disappears. It's not talking to you anymore.
So, Marcus, okay, he was in my head, and he's taunting. There are things about fathers rising. Does that make any sense? And I'm just gonna look at Alex. Does that make any sense to you, keeper of arcane lore?
It does.
Okay, we need to be careful with Vince, because he is obviously very particular about Vince being there.
How's that now?
They just lost a Tremere, so they probably want to replace a Tremere.
Yeah, but he's our blood mage.
Well, you can have him. He's a little bit mad, if you ask me. And I look square at Vince.
He looks happy.
Vince just looks back at both of you like his skin has gone kind of gray since yesterday, and he's just like completely unexpressive face. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
He looks great.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what he's talking about. He's not talking about the Tremere from yesterday. That's not what he's talking about.
Look, if you're expecting a surprise, we're not going to get a surprise. He knows we're coming. He's been in my head, so I have no idea how leaky I've been.
Oh, no, we do.
Rob, calm down. It sounds like Marcus knows what's going on, so why don't we stop and listen to him, okay?
Fine. Just more leakier than Leaky Joe.
That was pretty leaky.
He's not leaking anymore.
No.
Luther and I and a few other members of the Prince's team that was heading up the defense of San Francisco encountered one of Lamb's Sabbat packs. And there was a fight. It was pretty brutal in the end. And Lamb lost a child to me. Not child like a baby. But he lost something. And so, of course, there's going to be an attempt to even the ledger.
Well, we know none of our ghouls are safe. But you don't mean a ghoul.
No, I don't.
Well, what do you think our plan of attack should be?
We have a couple of choices. The Sabbat that were here before were decimated at a great cost to the city. They have managed to re-infiltrate the city, because of the prince's inability to have any foresight into them. Not to mention a fairly sneaky plan by them. That said, if Lamb is at the center of their pack leadership, then the only way to deal with them is through. And so it either means some sort of reconciliation, vampirically speaking, or it means another cost gets paid somehow.
You know, I'm getting real damn tired of paying other people's taxes.
Yeah.
But either way.
No, don't come to pay taxes on my account.
Oh, not for you. The fact that somebody wasn't paying enough attention to the city that these assholes are here.
They've always been here.
Well,
it's a way of thinking.
Well, here's the thing. In times past, there's been a tighter lock, especially after the war.
Yeah, well.
But anyways.
Less vampires, too.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. Okay, so is there a way, if I'm looking at the map, I'm assuming somebody brought a map, maybe not?
I don't think you need a map, Alex. You've lived here for like 200 plus years. You probably know
sure.
every street.
I just
I
want
check my
to
pockets.
show everybody, like, so where the bison are, like, do you think we could split and go around them and see what's going on? So that we don't have to deal with them head on.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, we're out of corpses is basically what I'm saying.
That's the great thing about corpses. You can keep making them.
That's probably not an ideal way of thinking, of course.
Yeah, maybe Lamb's been in your head a little too much there, Rom.
And this is the problem.
Oh, wait, no, we have 3 left, actually. Sorry. Anyways.
Yep.
This is the issue with running into all of these nicks and cuts along the way, is that everything gets just a little easier to commit to. We'll just kill a few more people if we need a few more bodies. It's not a problem. Right, Vince?
Correct. That's how you get more bodies. You just kill more people. It's fine.
Yes. Clearly, we need an intervention for you, I think.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will. Put you in a hole somewhere we can think about things, maybe. I don't know.
I could use an intern.
Let's take a different path. Let's head towards the Dutch windmill and work our way back. We'll start at the coast. We'll move through the park. Eventually get our way back down, across the river. Maybe, perhaps, Luther would join us for a little extended recon.
Yeah, let me see. I'll just, call him and see if he's around.
Luther's wraith materializes in the shipping container. He looks a little battered. You're not quite sure. His spirit looks a little rough, but you know that there's other things in the spirit world, in the world of the wraiths, that he could have been dealing with.
You okay?
We'll talk about it later.
Okay. Do you want to fight some more?
Fuck yes.
All right. We've got the main group to go after tonight.
The actual Sabbat motherfuckers. Finally.
Yeah.
If he could crack his knuckles, he would be cracking his knuckles right now.
If you want to go scout before us, you can. He's at Golden Gate Park, somewhere around the bison. Hopefully we're gonna start making our way that way.
I will see you there.
He disappears.
All right. He's on our side.
That's helpful. It might be interesting to see if, I have no idea of his abilities or what's left of his spirit, but awful lot of animals in Golden Gate Park.
Oh.
Before we go, it would be wise for me to feed if I want to heal really at all.
You didn't take care of that on the way here?
No, not really have an opportunity to.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take care of it and then go to the park.
You can pick up a snack on the way if you're driving with Marcus.
DoorDash, yes.
Which she would be.
Likely.
It's great. This version of DoorDash, you don't even need the internet.
Well, it's good because we shouldn't be on the internet, remember? It's not allowed.
So you're all heading towards Golden Gate Park?
Yeah, that's the plan.
All right. So, Katerina, you can maybe find someone to take a bit from when you get closer to the park. You don't have the luxury that you had at the library, which was the whole area being kind of closed off, right? So while the park isn't open at the moment for visitors, it's after dark, everyone's mostly gone home, there are still going to be mortals in the area, and there may be mortals working in the park, especially animal keepers and so on.
Vince has got that covered.
Yeah, we can just compel and all that good stuff and fog memories of us being here.
Or murder.
Oh, I mean...
I'm just kidding. No murder.
Also on the cards. I've got this scalpel.
All right. So you get to the park, and where were you planning to enter from?
So we would hit the northwest side of the park, and so that would be near the Dutch Windmill.
Okay. Are you all going in together as a united front, or are you splitting up?
I think we all better be together for safety.
Yeah. You never want to split the party. Especially with certain people. Yep, if you feel guilty, it's you.
All right. So you find parking spaces and you all kind of go in together. It's dark. You can get in through various means. It's fairly easy to do. Luther pops up next to you, Alex, and he says that
there's a part I can't get to. It's warded.
That's where we need to be, probably.
Don't go near the bison. They're not bison anymore.
That was also a hunch we had.
he shudders, like ghostly shudder.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's probably got to break your heart. I was hoping to go around them anyways. So, where is the part you can't get to?
So he describes an area to you that is over by the softball field. There's like a lake and some log cabins and people rent boats and things. That whole area down on that end is, he can't get to it. Someone's blocked that half of the park.
Well, what do you think, Marcus? That's probably where we want to go.
Yeah, ultimately, sure. The question is which path.
And he said, definitely stay away from the bison.
Yeah, it was just a hunch, but if I were Lamb, that's what I would do.
Right.
As you enter the park, Rom, you feel the tickling in the back of your brain again as you walk in.
Hey, everybody, I'm getting a call. So, I guess you can tell I'm here.
Ah, finally. Thanks for dropping by. Shall we see what's on the menu this evening?
You called me.
Oh, I have so many things to show you, Ram. And I do think you're ready to see them.
Okay.
Are you ready to see them? Come along, little sheep.
Guys, I don't know if I'm not compromised at this point.
Compromised? No. I would never compromise you. I'm just along for the ride. Seeing what I can see, hearing what I can hear. It's not compromising.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
Ram and lamb. Ram and lamb.
Wait a second. Your entire job is just to distract me. That's the whole thing. The whole reason you're here, the whole reason you're talking in my head is just to distract me and to get information. That's your whole shtick, isn't it? That's everything. Yeah.
Ram and lamb.
You're pushing him back out.
Yeah, I leave. That's fine. I mean, maybe he can still hear me singing faintly for a moment afterwards, but yeah, I'm gone.
So you push back and the voice disappears, not before a delightful chuckle rings through your mind. And you're feeling so uncomfortable right now, Rom.
I am. I'm off kilter, even though I'm fully satiated. Okay, my main job is to not get distracted.
There is a loud, angry bellowing up ahead of you.
Like a bison?
Vince is activating heightened senses.
Yes, strangely like a bison.
Yeah. Let's go heightened senses, please.
So you can smell animal.
Could be worse. Could be a gangrel. Sorry, Luther.
You feel something cold as Luther walks through you.
We are being manipulated right now.
Yes.
We are being
Always.
herded.
That is unlife in general.
Okay.
And it's exactly what Lamb will try to sell you on,
Mm-hmm.
that their way is better.
Right.
Oh, look, hey, don't look at me that way. I'm with y'all. I just want to order pizza for my ghouls. All right? That's all I want. We're good there. I'm just trying to figure out how to have us not walk into a trap.
There's a loud stomping sound, and you see 3 bison come charging towards you as if they're being stampeded. Only they don't quite look like proper bison anymore. They've been crafted somehow, which is not a surprise to you after the library. But they've got extended horns, and one of them has what looks like a human face in its chest that is screaming. And they've got all sorts of bone spikes and other nasty flesh-crafted implements, and they are charging right at you.
Well, that's just gross.
Move out of the way, but stay together. Don't split up, no matter what we do.
I'm going to use Soaring Leap and jump into a tree.
Yeah, I'm totally going to be making a rouse check. Yeah,
Okay, give me that rouse check, Marcus. How'd you do there, Marcus?
I have a 6, so I will activate. Soaring Leap is free, which is good. So I'll activate Fleetness.
Okay.
Make myself a little bit faster on my feet.
Start moving incredibly quickly as Alex leaps up into a tree.
Look, I got 3 health boxes. I am not getting stampeded. I'm just saying.
I know for a fact that if I use presence, that's just going to mean they're all coming towards me. Okay, I need some lore about these bison. Are these like semi-tame bison because they're in a city?
They were.
They were. Got it. Sweet. I'm going to make a terrible decision right this moment, and I'm going to... Oh, I hate myself. I am going to try to compel the bison. I want to get... one of them is like flesh crafted. This is not going to work. Oh, I want them to stop. Whoa, Nelly.
Well, you can only compel one thing at a time.
God. It's not like a compelled dispersal.
So give me your rouse check, and then we'll see if you're able to compel this bison to stop.
7.
All right. So you pass your rouse check. So give me your roll. So
And this is against like bison stats. This is gonna be fine. Come on, guys. This will be great.
well, they're not just bison anymore.
Well, let's hope not all the stats have been raised.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so in ascending order, we have a 1, a 2, a 4, 7, 7, 10.
Okay. So you succeed in stopping one of them temporarily. It stops.
Cool.
And it looks at you. But it looks like it might not stay that way for long. Katarina, Vince, what are you doing?
I am going to actively use Majesty again because it is not limited to one being.
Okay.
So I need 2 rouse checks,
Yes, you do.
and both of those are 9, so I'm all right. And then it is my Charisma Presence versus their Composure Resolve.
Oh, they're bison. Still did pretty well for bison.
So I have 10 successes on 9 dice.
That's a lot of successes. All right.
Yeah.
So how many creatures can you use that on?
Anything that can see me.
Including your coterie members?
Yes. Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. So, with Majesty then, everyone, so I think except Alex, because Alex went up a tree and doesn't necessarily see you at the moment.
It doesn't look at her anyways.
Damn.
Yes, Alex isn't a fan of Katarina anyway. So, everyone, you're just suddenly struck by how powerful and how beautiful Katarina is in this moment. It's just almost like a light shining out of her. She looks almost divine. And the bison all come to a crumbling halt. They're pawing the ground, but they can't move towards her. However, one of them does see Vince and is going to take off after Vince. Because with Majesty, they can't harm you, Katarina, but they can go after someone else.
Mm-hmm. I think part of Vince's brain is now like he has to protect Katarina to some extent because of her Majesty. And he's going to go off to the side of it and try and draw them away. The one that is running at me, though, give me a second to roll a rouse check.
Okay.
Oh, excellent. A 10.
All right.
I'm going to use Theft of Vitae, which, because they're aware of it, it's opposed. And now, I checked this. It does say any mortal.
I don't think they meant bison.
Tough shit. It's a mortal being.
Things I didn't think were going to be said in my vampire campaign.
Look, it's got a human face. It's got warm blood in its veins. It's got a beating heart and lungs. It's
Wolf
mortal.
Cool, I'll allow it.
Yeah!
So what are you doing?
So I must roll my wits and blood sorcery versus its wits and occult.
Well, it doesn't have any occult. So.
Well, it's got wits, I imagine.
Well, I mean, it's a bison. Don't sell it short, right? It might...
Yeah. And hey, it's a bison with a face in its chest. So, that's important to remember.
Well, it did do pretty well on its roll, even without having an occult.
Okay. I got 3 successes.
It also got 3 successes, but the Hand of Fate is going to give you an extra success.
Oh boy. You guys just see him. Just a big spurt of blood comes out of the bison's neck. And it just goes towards Vince's mouth.
Vince starts feeding on this flesh-crafted bison from afar. You just see him draining this bison as it sinks to its knees. And he drains it without even touching it, and it's kind of horrific as the human face on it is screaming. But he's eating. And no, you can't reduce your hunger because you're at 3 humanity and you can no longer reduce your hunger through feeding on animals. But, it's tasty.
Hey, it's good to know that I have the option.
So you've taken down one of the 3 bison. The other 2 are stopped in front of Katarina at the moment. They can't see you, Marcus, because you're behind her. What are you doing?
These are flesh-crafted bison, yes?
Yes.
So it is likely that their lives are already in the gutter, so to speak, because they're never going to be the same. And so while the bison cannot affect her because of her, haughty social skills as they have been laid asunder by them, I'm going to probably just come over their shoulder and I'm going to rouse my blood and I'm going to try to hit this bison in the face as hard as I can. All right, so that rouse check is a second. So I will how will it be opposing me? Will it be dodging out of the way, or will it...
Yeah, it's going to try and move out of your way.
That's fair. I would.
Probably not going to do it, though.
I would not want to be in Marcus's way. So that's 6 successes.
So it got none. So you just rip it apart. Like in the library last night, it's a bison, it's not a person. You grab it and you just rip its head open. Blood goes splattering everywhere.
That's one. While I come over her shoulder, like through the air, I'm going to say, "Excuse me," because it would only be proper given her majesty that's up.
They're paying you proper deference, Your Majesty. So, Marcus, you can attack the other one if you would like to.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's available, we'll just get it on.
You're right there next to it. I'll let you do that.
8.
So it got 3 successes, but you're still going to manage 5, and you just stave its skull in. It's sort of weakly whimpering as it falls over. It's not quite dead yet, but it's not able to move anymore.
I try really hard not to feel bad.
Luther is growling behind you.
Yeah, I probably will offer my apologies to Luther, who's in the air somewhere around here.
So you have taken down the bison. You can now continue. Alex, you can come out of your tree. And Rom, someone's dialing into your brain again.
No, I'm not letting that happen. No. I'm gonna go move as close as I can to Katarina, and because I don't say cat anymore, because I get punched. And I'm gonna be claws out, prepared to defend, and I'm just gonna hold that space in case I need to.
So is it the bison are down, everything is calm, and then suddenly Rom jumps in and is all like, ah.
Yes, pretty much.
Something else is gonna come any second, and I'm gonna be near the center of power.
I just wanted to get that straight in my head.
Exactly. You've got it.
So, do you keep going?
Yeah, absolutely.
Vince, you've got a bit of bison taste in your mouth now.
It's weirdly earthy.
Mm-hmm. And Marcus is covered in blood. But it's not his, so that's good. So where are you headed?
I would think in the direction of the warded area.
Yeah, baseball field, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the cabins and stuff, yeah.
Okay. So you head off in that direction. And I would like to have a roll from everyone as you are moving, just to see what you pick up. So I'd like awareness plus wits, please. Lamb, you've attempted to talk to Rom again, but he's just like, nope.
I have 3.
Okay, 3 for Marcus.
I have 4.
4.
Yeah, I also have 4.
I also have 4.
3, 5, 7, 10.
Vince, you pick up on this first, and Marcus, you don't quite pick up on it at the moment, maybe because you've got so much bison blood in your nostrils at the moment. But Vince, you pick up on it first, and then Katarina, Rom, and Alex, just a split second later, you smell human blood. And it smells wrong.
When you say wrong, so I've encountered a bunch of human blood that smells wrong in the last couple of nights.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like the infected?
Infected.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to be sure.
You recognize the scent by now.
I think we're close. I'm picking up the scent of infected blood. So that means he's at least got some of them, or he's killed some of them, or that some of them have died here. Probably some of them have died here since what's going on with this stuff. I think if we go towards it, we'll find where they are. Last time it was an epicenter around the library.
Right. All right.
Okay, so you move in the direction of this tainted blood scent, and you stumble across a half-liquefied corpse first. You can't even tell what gender or age this person was because their entire chest and torso have liquefied from the inside out, and their faces started sinking in. So you stumble across them first, and then you find another one, and then another one. And there is, in the middle of this grove of trees, you find 6 or 7 of these liquefying corpses. And Vince, as you move towards them, you pick up another scent of vampire. Just before 3 vampires come leaping out of the trees at you. And they look wild-eyed, and they are running towards you with claws out.
I hardly need to draw attention to this. They seem quite quite obvious to the goal.
As they come running towards you, the one in front, a young man, looks like wild-eyed with crazy hair and blood all over his face. He opens his mouth, and the voice that comes out of this vampire is the voice that Rom recognizes.
Welcome. Yo. It's good to see you all.
So for clarity purposes, have Lamb and I met?
Yes.
Okay. That's helpful.
This is not him, but he appears to be speaking through this other vampire.
Yeah, because I would imagine I'd hear his voice.
Yes.
And so I'll probably just say, as they run at us, I'll probably say, that's not him.
What do you say, Lamb, as your part of your pack attacks the coterie?
Young Vincent. Oh, wonderful. Don't tell the rest of them, but you'll be coming with me. A lot of uses for somebody like you. It's a new world.
Vince is just like, Mister, I've been a vampire for 3 years. I don't know anybody.
I'm not really interested in who you know. That's not what I want, Vince. It's what you are. Come to me.
And he's just like, fuck does that mean?
This lead vampire reaches out like he's trying to grab you, Vince.
I'm gonna try and run towards the guy who I have seen literally tear the head off other vampires that I thought couldn't be beat up.
Okay, so give me athletics and stamina against his grapple.
So just stamina then. I can do that. Well, I rolled a 1.
This lead vampire grabs you by the throat and starts dragging you back into the woods while the other two run forward towards the coterie. And he's talking to you, Vince, as he's dragging you back into the woods. That's the creepiest part of this vampire who's got you by the throat, is he's calmly talking to you.
Vince, we're gonna do some great things together. I mean, you've lost so much, and I can show you so much more, give you so much more. I can see it. You're this close to enlightenment. I can see it.
Vince is just like slapping the forearm quietly as he's being dragged. He's just like, Vince is like weakly flailing. He's just like, fuck you, God, fuck.
So the rest of you see this lead vampire, who is speaking with Lamb's voice, grab Vince by the throat and drag him back into the trees and take off. There's 2 more vampires come running at you. What do you all do?
Okay, yeah. So, I don't think I'm letting them take Vince. I don't think that I'm okay with this. And so, I'm going to go in after the trees after them, and I'm likely slightly faster than they are, just on foot.
Just slightly.
Right.
Okay. So Marcus is taking off after the lead vampire, who has Vince in his clutches. Other 3, you have 2 vampires coming at you. What do you do?
I would like to lock eyes with one and say a single word.
What do you say?
Macarena.
Okay, so you're attempting to compel this vampire to do the Macarena. So
I am.
This is not something else I would ever say in my life, but here we are. So give me your rouse check first.
Oh gosh, I have gotten a 6.
That's what you need. So now let's roll. Let's have a roll off.
Roll off. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Okay, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, so this one vampire she's got really long dark hair and really sharp teeth. She looks kind of almost animalistic. You lock eyes with her and you just say the word Macarena, and she looks really confused for a moment. And then just in the middle of this clearing, surrounded by these liquefied human bodies, she just, in great confusion, starts doing the Macarena to no music, and she's looking at you with pure rage and horror on her face, and if she gets near you, she might rip your head off, but right now she's doing the Macarena.
having the best time right now?
I'm going to then look at the one not doing the Macarena, and I would like to use charisma performance in bullshit to look very intimidating to scare them away.
Okay. Give me your roll.
4.
Okay. What are you trying to get him to do?
I'm just trying to scare him away, look very intimidating and scarier than I am.
You look super intimidating and he backs down and turns towards Katerina because he's scared of you.
Please.
Katerina?
Yeah, I'm gonna make this other vampire more afraid of me by using Dread Gaze, please.
Okay.
Okay, I got a 10 for my rouse check.
Perfect.
And then I rolled lots of dice. I have 11 successes.
Oh, goodness. Okay, yep. So you just dread gaze the shit out of him. He just stops, drops to his knees, and starts cowering. He can't look anywhere because Alex is on one side and you're on the other side, and he's just terrified as fuck of both of you.
Good. Exactly how it should be.
Vince can entirely relate to that feeling.
So, Vince, you're being dragged away through the woods.
I'm going to do the only thing that I think I can do.
Cry?
I have found that does not help, and I don't think Vince can cry anymore. I'm going to try and extinguish this guy's vitae a bit.
Okay.
I will increase his hunger by 1 if I succeed.
All right.
But I need to do a rouse check first.
Give me the rouse check.
A 6.
All right.
So my intelligence plus blood sorcery versus his stamina plus composure.
Okay. He's still talking to you through all of this. It's very unnerving.
That is the worst part.
It's absolutely the worst bit.
So I have 5 successes.
Okay, so does he.
Ah.
So we're gonna roll off.
Okay, so 9 successes.
Okay, so you manage to... So what exactly is this doing? Describe
This just
it.
increases. Basically, Vince is just draining the unlife-giving powers from this vampire's vitae. Effectively, systematically, what this does is increase his hunger by 1.
You're already touching him because he's got his hand around your throat as he's dragging you through the woods.
Mhm.
And you manage to pull on your power enough to drain a little bit from him, and his hunger goes up, and you start to see him get kind of antsy a little bit. He starts moving faster, but he also sounds less coherent as he's moving. So you've definitely done something there. And you hear a very angry Bruja come crashing through the woods after you.
Oh, I'm on my way too.
Yeah, obviously I'm going to try to catch up with them, and then when I do, I would like to play tug of war with Vince.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Well, just that I'm going to grab onto Vince, and I'm going to win a tug of war. And if somebody else's arm come with it, then so be it.
Well, I was thinking his arm might.
So be it. Listen, they grow back, I think. So yeah, I would just like to contest them holding or I would like to officially contest their grapple.
Okay.
Marcus! Well, now it's a party. You can come with Vince too if you don't, it's fine by me. I don't mind. Vince, do you mind?
I swear to fucking God, he's going to keep talking to it. I love it. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. So yeah, with Potence, that's 7.
Yeah, so you pull Vince away, and this guy's hand comes with it.
I will cast Vince back towards the way we came, and then take the hand and flop it around a little bit and say, "Did you lose something?"
Lose something? I mean, you're going to lose so much more, Marcus. Why start counting now? How's David, by the way? Should probably pay him a visit.
I'm going to ask you to roll to resist frenzy here, Marcus.
Mm.
There's fresh blood in the air. You're your dander's up. You've got this guy taunting you through another body.
Well, I would like to ride the wave instead, because there's nothing better than riding the wave. It's exhilarating.
All right. So you're choosing to not resist your frenzy, and you are instead allowing it to power you up.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So, Bruja Bane aside, that's 3 successes.
Okay. That's enough.
Yeah, so I probably get noticeably, like, verbally terse. Like, there's a lot of emotion starts running through my voice. And I say, why don't you just come out and we can deal with this once and for all?
Come out? I've been here this whole time. I mean, it's not my fault you're so slow. Tell you what, why don't you come to me? I've had to leave this ridiculously obvious trail in any case. I mean, for God's sake. Probably should have texted you.
I was running up behind Marcus, by the way. Probably further shoving Vince behind me.
All right, then. Any other of your pack around? Any more Sabbat I need to grind to the dust before I get to you?
My God. I mean, when I called you a dog, I was mostly just kidding. I didn't really actually think you like to lap up someone else's vomit. Ugh. Think you're a Bruja. Well, I mean, not the kind of Bruja I hang out with. You know, real Bruja.
I think that's what's funny. I don't bow to the tower anymore. But I haven't choked on your religion either.
The body that you're talking to just collapses, Marcus, and you hear Lamb's voice again, but coming from further down the path.
Okay, come along. Come get your revenge. It's what we're all here for, Marcus. Always, just have to wait around for you to vent your frustrations and pound your fist into something.
More breadcrumbs. I bend down at the body that fall, and I pull its head off.
You just rip this vampire's head off fairly easily.
No more extra lives.
And you move forward. Are the rest of you... I know Alex is with Marcus and Vince was behind Alex. Katarina and Rom, are you leaving those two cowering or doing the Macarena? Or are you killing them before you go after Marcus?
Can I do like a coup de grace on someone who is doing a popular 90s dance?
I don't see how you could you have to just leave them there, right? Until sun, just waiting to Macarena.
Ooh, will they do that?
You could leave them there till the sun comes up. Macarena their way into the sunshine.
Oh, that's going to be really nice for the Tai Chi morning crowd. Yeah, let's do that.
All right. And Katarina, what about yours?
I think he's just gonna have to stay there.
Okay. So you're going after Marcus now?
Yeah.
All right. So both of you go after Marcus. The blood moon is heavy and full in the sky above you. Even though you've ended the particular spell that Zachariah the Tremere was working on, there's still that kind of uncomfortable tension and buzz in the air as you move through the dark. And Marcus, you can hear Lamb's mocking laughter coming from down the path as you follow it in your rage. And you see a figure up ahead of you. And you stop dead in your tracks. Even you, Marcus, just for a split second. Because the person who's laughing is Marie. Marie, who you sent home earlier tonight, is standing there still in her office clothes, her jeans and her button up. Her glasses are half hanging off her face. And she's standing there kind of wide-eyed. She looks confused, but she's fixed in place. And Lamb's voice is coming out of her mouth.
So it's just Marie then, yes? For clarity?
Just Marie. Her hands are shaking.
You shouldn't be here, Marie.
Wonderful plaything you have here, right? I mean, at least if you feed them with your blood, they're getting something out of it. I mean, it's not like they're getting much out of your conversation or charismatic presence. This is just the two of us. It's a private thing. Your little friend's coming to join us. I can wait. I've waited this long.
They all come running up as you're talking.
I'm going to use mass manipulation on everyone except Marcus.
All right. Give me your rouse check there, Lamb.
I succeed on the rouse check.
All right, so who's mentally the strongest in the group? Probably Alex, because only one person gets to roll to resist in a group check.
If it's no, I'm socially strong, not mentally
Okay.
strong.
So, Vince,
Is it
that's
me?
scary.
It might actually be Rom.
Rom?
What's
It's
the
probably right.
Well, before you select it's me, like what's the stats?
Yeah, intelligence resolve.
Oh, in that case, I got
Oh.
8.
Yeah, I have 6. So
Okay, so Vince then.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
And don't forget to subtract for your hunger.
I got 4 successes.
9 successes in total.
Okay, so you fail. So, Lamb, what are you manipulating them to do?
I'm just implanting a suggestion in their mind right now, something that will be triggered later on.
Okay. Yes. So you don't even know this is happening, the four of you, as a suggestion is implanted in your mind to be activated at the appropriate moment.
I'm surprised you didn't spend whale, Vince.
Oh, fuck!
Where were you, brother?
Yeah, for real, Vince.
Too late.
Too late now, but
Why do you
fuck.
think I was shaking my head so emphatically?
I thought you were just disappointed in me as a person.
That comes
Well,
later.
that too.
Now it is for sure.
All right. So Vince, you get a big wink from the body of Marie, who you recognize. So, Marcus,
How far is Marie from me?
where would you have stopped, Lamb?
I'm stopped just under a tree, maybe like 6 feet away from them.
So yes, about 2 arm lengths.
Okay. So another body, another face, and the dominated mind, huh?
Come on, they're mortals. You kill these things all the time. I've seen you kill these things. I mean, what, you turned over a new leaf? Now you're a humanitarian? Let's be serious here. We all know what they're good for. Not much.
Mm-hmm.
I try to make eye contact with him.
Oh, I'm not giving you eye contact, buddy. Don't think so.
I'm gonna lean over to Marcus and tell him, if need be, she can still be of service later.
I raise an eyebrow.
I make the mortal's hand go for something in her pocket.
I smack Marie in the face. I don't punch her. I smack her with the intention of knocking her ass out, which I have all the strength enough to do.
Okay.
And if you're just 2 arm lengths, you're nothing but you're barely a step. So I definitely connect unless you're dodging.
So the problem is, all of you see Marcus lunging for Marie, and you have this sudden impulse to grab him and hold him back. All 4 of you.
Go for it.
I mean, if you think he can't drag us like a bull dragging a cart,
I would just like to say, good fucking luck. Go ahead. I'm happy to make 5 different contested strength rolls.
Can I just grab his shirt so that it just rips off when he pulls away from me?
All right, so you all, without even realizing what you're doing, you all at the same time grab onto Marcus. It's like you have no ability to control yourselves. You don't know why you're doing this. All you know is you have to hold him back.
What do we roll?
So you're going to be rolling strength plus brawl.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Marcus, you're going to be contesting not them individually, all of them together.
Certainly. I'll make a rouse check.
Mm-hmm.
So I roll a single die and got a 1.
Oh, God.
I have rolled a 2 and a 9.
She just fail at life.
yeah,
Pretty much.
I got 2 5s, a 3, and a 7.
Okay.
I got 2 3s, a 2, and an 8.
All right. Marcus.
I have 8 successes.
Okay. So you rip away from them, and Vince and Rom actually kind of go flying with the strength of the grip. You're just flying backwards, and Alex and Katerina, you both stumble and you kind of shake your heads like, what were we doing? But Marcus lunges towards Marie.
Okay.
I don't dodge. In fact, I try to lean into the punch, like really get, the front of my face right in front of the fist.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely. And expecting that he would use her as a doll. That's why I'm using a slap, not a fist. Because my plan is to fill up her I'm not going to use prowess on her because I don't want to do aggravated damage to this mortal body, even though she's a ghoul. But she's still immortal. So my plan is to try to fill up them health boxes and knock her ass out.
Okay, so he meaning Lamb is not contesting it, so...
Okay, yeah, so plus potence. How many health levels does Marie have? That's a great question.
5.
Yeah, okay. So she's going to go to the hospital very soon. So
Yeah.
Marcus has successes, so he's got 6 total damage that he deals to her.
Okay, so you slap her hard across the face, and Lamb is leaning into it, and so that even adds to it. You hear a crack as her jaw shatters, and her eyes roll back in her head, but you can see just this brief moment of a slight confused look, and she crumples.
Snap back into her own head. I'm fucking furious.
You smell something, Marcus.
What is it?
Her blood smells wrong.
Well, he doesn't have a mouth to talk out of. So I turn to the air of the night and say, any more mouths you want to speak out of? I spin to Alex. Where is he?
Rom?
I'll let him talk in my head.
What do you mean, where is he?
Where is he?
I told you he's in the warded off place. It's right up there.
Ram, I'm right here. Don't give it away. Yeah, of course. Where else would I be?
That's not useful information. I'm not going to tell them that. You just want me to be like, you're right here. You're right here. Hey, fine. He says he's right here.
I turn to you. Are you trying to get fucking hit?
Rom, you're a liability. Shh. As I'm like running after Marcus. Or leaping, because he's faster than me.
Yeah, I'm heading up the hill.
Bring the kid, too. Big happy family.
So, Rom, do you reply to Lamb?
No, wait, why am I playing along? No, I'm not playing along with you. No. And I push him back out again. And I follow Marcus, but at a slower pace.
Ram and lamb. Ram and lamb.
So you all go running towards the warded off area, leaving Marie and her shattered jaw behind. And you go into this enclosure where the softball field is, and Luther kind of flickers out at this moment. Alex, he can't go past this softball diamond with you.
Fuck! I'm out. Sorry. I can't go any further.
And you see up ahead of you, a bit in the distance, there's a set of log cabins, and there's a lake with a hill in the center of it, and a Chinese pavilion.
Okay. Chinese pavilion, huh? Yeah, I suppose we'll keep moving forward for the log cabins then.
Yeah, I was just thinking I could leap from roof to roof until I sense somebody or something.
Okay.
Using my heightened senses.
All right, so you are trying to use your senses to find him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Lamb, are you hiding yourself in any particular way so that they can't sense you, or are you waiting for them?
I'm melting into the shadows, using obfuscate.
Okay, so that's going to be a roll, contested roll. So Alex, you're going to roll resolve and investigation. And Lamb's going to roll manipulation and obfuscate, because he's actively shielding from you.
I got 2 9s, 2 5s, and a 1.
Okay, so 2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Got 7 successes.
So, Alex, the Hand of Fate is going to allow you to re-roll without spending willpower.
I have 2 more.
Okay, so that's not quite enough.
Nope.
All right. So you can't sense where he is. But Lamb, you immediately know that someone was looking for you here.
So obfuscate also covers smell and everything too then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
It's literally him wiping himself out of your mind so that way you can't see him.
Yes,
or sense him.
essentially. He doesn't get to mislead you because you only lost by 1 after the reroll, but you can't find him.
Fair.
Are Vince and Ram, away from Marcus and Alex? Is there, some distance between them? So I can get close enough to whisper to them without being seen?
Yeah, Vince and Ram were at the back because Marcus had just leapt ahead, and then Alex followed and jumped onto the buildings, and then Katerina was coming up behind. So Vince and Ram are in the back. So you definitely can get close enough to whisper to them.
There you are. I knew you'd come to me at last. You made the right choice, kid. It's gonna work out fine. Just, keep cool. Don't let him catch on.
Vince just swings around there's like a lame nerd attempted a slap at the end. Don't worry, you're not even going to have to roll to dodge that.
Well, you can't see him.
Oh yeah, there's nothing there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just turn around and swing.
So, Ram, you see Vince turn around and swing at the air ineffectively.
It's really pathetic.
Is he in your head too?
He just whispered. I heard a voice. I heard his voice. I don't like that. Vince is just kind of going back into the diamond. Just like eyes, head on a swivel. He's just like, I can't see.
Do I see Vince by himself?
From where you are, yeah, I think you can see that because you're up on the roof. Yeah, so you can see Vince backing up into the softball diamond, looking around wildly.
I'm going to leap to Vince because he has been a target the entire time.
Yes. So, Lamb, you see Alex come running, or leaping rather.
Mm-hmm. This motherfucker is whispering or projecting into my head. I don't know how. I can't see him. I can't feel him.
Well, is it a physical whisper, or is he in your brain pan?
On being asked that question, Vince is going to just collect himself rather than being freaked out. And he's going to, take a moment to harness his senses the way he was taught and try and sense the unseen.
Okay. So...
Resolve plus Auspex.
And I believe, Lamb, you get to contest that. And while that's happening, Rom, what are you doing? And Katerina?
I'm getting very near Vince, and I'm prepping a new word.
I only got 3 successes this time.
Okay, so Vince, how did you do on your roll?
I got 6 successes.
Okay, so Vince, you whirl around and you see him. He's there. You don't know why you didn't see him there before. So, Khaldun, do you want to just briefly describe Lamb for us, since this is our first time seeing him on screen?
I'd say Lamb is in his late 40s. He's got a full beard, but it's starting to gray. His hair's slightly curly, dark, but also with a touch of gray in it. Light blue eyes, and skin's maybe olive toned, but pale. Dark street clothes, black jeans, and kind of a overcoat, maybe a old pea coat over that.
So, Vince, you see him, and now Alex and Rom, you can see him too.
I'm going to leap straight forward and try and tackle him.
Marcus, you were past this, but you can give me a roll to see if you notice the kerfuffle behind you.
What kind of roll would you like?
So I think that's going to be awareness plus wits.
Yeah. Awareness, wits, not the Bruja strong suit, of course, but we'll see what we can. I have 1.
Well, the Hand of Fate is going to allow you to reroll.
Oh. Well, thank you, Hand of Fate. I now have 2 more 10s.
Okay, so that makes 5 successes.
It does.
All right, so you hear the voice behind you, and you hear Vince saying something in alarm, and you can whip around and you see Lamb standing on the other side of the softball diamond.
Can I also roll that?
Yes. While she's rolling that, Lamb, do you say anything to Vince and Rom now that you've become visible?
Ram, Vince, come on. We've got stuff to do, people to see. It's all planned out. You guys don't have to pretend anymore. Hang out with these people. Come. Let's go. With me.
Is 4 successes enough?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I had said as soon as I saw him that I was leaping at him
Yes.
to like tackle him. So,
All right.
I start moving towards Ram. I want to get behind him.
So he's so by going towards Rom, Lamb, you're essentially dodging.
I'm going to dodge with Rom's face.
All right. So Alex, give me that grapple roll, and then Lamb, give me your roll to get out of the way.
I got 2.
If you could not smoosh my face, that'd be great.
I got 4 successes.
Okay. So Lamb ducks out of the way by stepping behind Rom, and you just leap past him, Alex.
Okay. I'll probably curse out loud. Fuck!
So Marcus, you come running, all amped up, covered in blood, eyes alight. But Rom and Vince, you're the closest to Lamb. What are you doing?
Vince is going to let me make a rouse check to try and turn my blood into a paralytic again. Okay, a 6.
Okay.
Yeah, so Vince is going to bite his own tongue, filling his mouth with blood, and the blood is a lovely paralytic, and he's going to run, just run right up to Lamb and kiss him, full on the mouth, and force this stuff in.
So Lamb, Vince comes running at you in an attempt to kiss you. Again, I'm saying so many sentences I never thought I would say. Just today. So do you duck out of the way, Lamb, or do you allow it?
Oh yeah, definitely he can kiss me. That's, it's fine by me. I open my mouth full all the way up, and I spit into his mouth.
I'm glad they're trying to kiss each other because otherwise it wouldn't be consent, and that would be a little strange.
It'd be weird, right?
We would not be okay with that.
Oh God. Did not expect this.
An opposed kiss roll? You didn't expect this?
I got a 10.
And Lamb?
It's 5 successes.
Okay.
God damn, he beat me at kissing. I'm like, can I spend a willpower to kiss him better?
You can. But Lamb can also do so, if he would like to.
Yep, I'll spend some willpower on that.
Oh yeah, it's a real aggressive kissing competition.
Alright, so Vince, re-roll. And Lamb, if you'd like to spend a willpower and re-roll your failures, you can as well.
As every vampire finale should end, a kissing competition.
That adds 3 more successes.
Oh god, yeah, he beats me.
Okay, so you go to kiss him and force your paralytic blood on Lamb, but instead he stretches out his arms and pulls you into a bear hug and plants a kiss on you and spits his blood into your mouth as he's kissing you. And you start choking.
Yeah. Vince was never a top, and he doesn't know.
I'm learning so much today.
He's just like, I thought I could do this, but I guess old habits die hard, and he kind of just melts into it a bit.
Yeah, you're suddenly okay with this for the moment. It's actually quite nice. And then Marcus comes running up. Because he's fast.
I mean, unless Rom has a moment to say whatever they need to say before this lover's moment is broken by tragedy.
Well, Rom, what are you trying to do?
I want to compel.
Okay.
In the middle of that makeout session.
Yeah. The problem there is they're still kissing, and so Vince is between you and Rom's eyes. Or Lamb's eyes. So
In that case, I'm gonna let Marcus do his thing. Then.
All right.
If I can't maintain eye contact, then it's okay.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Marcus, you come running up and you see Vince making out with Lamb.
That's gross. I don't understand why it's happening, but I need to put a stop to it. Because if he is finally stationary, visible as himself, as the person that I saw 40 some odd years ago during the Sect War, then I'm going to close distance for grapple.
Okay, so you bound forward. Lamb, you still have Vince between you and Marcus.
I'm going to look past Vince and, deep into Marcus's eyes. And I'm going to try to use Dominate to make him freeze in place.
All right.
Bring it on, buddy. That's a good play. So Dominate's resisted by...
Intelligence resolve.
Okay. And let me make sure that I'm clear. You're trying to tell me what to do, yes?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm absolutely trying to tell him.
Okay. Understood.
Ruha don't like that.
Oh, no, neither does my lore sheet. I'm going to spend willpower. I have 10.
Ram?
It's 8 successes.
Okay, so Marcus shakes off in his frenzy. He shakes off your attempt to dominate him. You were fairly confident this would work, but he just shakes his head and keeps coming towards you.
So my plan is to reach out and grab the back of Lamb's head, like full on his hair. And he's been kissing recently, so his neck is arched very nicely. And I'm going to attempt to grapple him.
Can I basically almost bolster Marcus by using... I have several skills, bullshit being one of them. I also have, intimidation, whatever. But basically I want to yell, kill him. I don't have any vampiric powers. I just have all my social skills that I can summon.
So you want to amp him up, essentially.
Basically.
Okay. All right. So Lamb, you're going to give me strength and athletics to... if you want to grapple him back, or give me dex and athletics if you're going to dodge.
Try to grab his arm. It's 3 successes. I'm not very athletic.
Okay. Marcus, how did you do?
I haven't rolled yet. I'm happy with my results. So that's 9.
9 successes?
Yes.
Okay. So Marcus wins in that case. So Lamb, you go to grab his arm, but your head is suddenly jerked back as he grabs your hair.
What a very intimate night we're having. Why can't it be like this all the time?
With his head jerked back, I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to shove it down his mouth. And my intention is to pull his throat out. And when I do, I'm going to say, Luther Garibaldi sends his regards.
Your tongue is ripped out of your skull, Lamb, as Marcus leans in and says that to you, and you can see his eyes glowing.
If I get the whole tongue, it's going to be awfully hard to dominate anybody.
Yes.
At that point, depending on how you want to work it, my plan will be to beat Lamb to death here on this ball field.
So while all that's going on, did I witness all of this?
Yes.
Vigorous making out? Fantastic.
Yeah, I got 8 successes to bolster him, and also I'm going to come up and feebly start kicking Lamb while he's down. That little guy that's behind people going, yeah, what he said. That's right.
I was actually going to go see our Tremere and see
Okay,
how he's
so-
doing.
Okay, so you can go over to the Tremere.
And just as a precaution, I'm going to cast Entrancement.
On the Tremere.
Yeah.
She just saw me make out with her enemy. It makes sense.
I think the Bruja will do exactly what Bruja do, which is try to put somebody out of his misery. That being me, not him. A little selfish in that regard.
I kind of wish I had the boxing sign so I could walk around with the round one.
So how are you going to finish him?
So I think, given the fact, given my level of potence, what I'd really like to do is spring into the air, and then come down on home plate with his head, like in a real sweet pile driver move. That would get the crowd roaring. I think that's really what I'd like to do.
Yeah, I'll totally put my arms up like, yeah!
I mean, in this moment, right, like the realization is this person has been the focus, the font of all of the trouble that we have been through since this whole cycle started. And so there's a release coming for Marcus in this way, a really strong one. Correct. And so he has to do something to release all that pent-up aggression and energy.
Okay, so you are pulled into the air, Lamb, and then nothing really matters anymore as a Bruja's fist goes through your skull as you land on the ground. But it was totally worth it. You got what you wanted, most of it. And that is the end of one Lamb, Sabbat Pack leader, Terror of San Francisco. So all of you lick your wounds, so to speak. You're able to clear up. You leave the other two vampires for the sunlight, which will be arriving soon. Marcus, what do you do with Marie?
I check her pulse to see if she's still living.
I'm going to ask for a D10.
Okay, from me?
Give me a luck roll.
That's a 1.
There's no pulse. You go to check. You hope that you didn't hit her too hard, but when you check on her, there's blood pouring down her face, out of her nose. You hit her skull a lot harder, and when she dropped, she must have hit her head. And she couldn't breathe. And she's gone.
I pick her up. I put her over my shoulder. That's it. It's all done. Well, almost.
So tomorrow, I think I'm gonna, I'm walking close to Marcus and kind of being quiet, and I'm like, so I think tomorrow I'm going to Elysium.
No, we're going tonight. I'm going tonight.
Oh.
I fish my phone out of my pocket. I dial a single number and I speak a few words into it, which are simply Elysium 30 minutes. And I hang the phone up.
I will text Ajax then so that I can be there.
I turn back to the rest of the coterie. Tonight left some pretty heavy scars in the city, but there's something I'm going to be doing shortly that you all should know about a little ahead of time. I'm done with the Camarilla as a whole. I'm leaving. I'm not interested in playing on the other side. I'm just interested in saying fuck sides. I'm tired of their rules and their oppression. What you do with that information is up to you. Everyone has their own path to walk. I've been working on securing some pretty important resources that are going to help me moving forward. I'll make them available for you should you choose to follow me. Or find your own path in that way. I'm not interested in ruling anyone, but I'm going to make a safe place for my people in this city. And I'm not letting Mallet or anyone else decide what safe is. So if you have anything to say, now is the time.
Vince, he's been, as we've been walking, he's been scraping his tongue off his teeth because it just feels gross. And he bit a hole in his own tongue.
But wait, I made you think I was really shiny.
No, you did. But you are so shiny, but so small.
Doesn't matter, I'm still shiny.
It's true.
I'll lift and transmit.
He's just like, Marcus, you gotta know, I'm with you. Fuck the cam. But, Mallet's already targeting the Anarchs. So, remember he held me back? Well, you probably don't because you left. So he wants me for this whole gig with the prince, this little bye-bye party. He wants me to find 2 anarchs and put them in the building so that they will be found, that they will get the blame for this, and that he can bring all his Camarilla resources to bear.
Well, good luck with that.
Vince just turns to Alex. He's like, Alex, you've seen me. I can't fight anybody.
That's why I told you. Good luck.
I'm not doing it. Fuck him. I am sick of being pushed around. If you want to do this with this mission, what you will. That's on you. You know it's coming. You know you're his target.
That's been obvious.
And he's like, kind of undermining me here, Alex. Just, look, this whole thing with the prince, I feel like you're going to be the fall guy. Fuck that.
You know what I think, Vince? I think William Mallet has no idea what he's getting himself into. He's far from his center of power. He has name recognition amongst the Camarilla, but I kind of wonder how many of those Camarilla are going to be so loyal once they find out he's trying to dirt nap their prince. No better place to find out than Elysium, right? No more secrets. We tell the entirety of the Kindred.
Vince is like, yeah, no more secrets.
Oh, of course there will be secrets, but not this one.
Oh, he's like, but hypothetically, Vince is like, look, okay, I need you to explain something for me. If I could basically make it so that the whip of Clan Tremere couldn't stay in San Francisco, and he's like looking at you, and he's just, if I could give you information that meant she could not stay here, would that help?
Information's valuable. No one knows that better than Alex and I, and really the rest of you. This is what I'm proposing for us, if there's going to be an us. I'm willing to stake out some portion of San Francisco and call it space that you'd be able to exist in, independent of the Camarilla's rules. Whether you choose to join me there or not is up to you, but you'll make that choice tonight. Because moving forward, I will not be going back. I turn to Ram. And so if that means you and your group have to continue on with the Camarilla, there's no bad blood between you and I. But it does mean that I'll have picked a side. The same goes for all of you, truly. Except Alex, who doesn't bear the weight of some silly sect.
It is silly. But, Vince, if you want to work out something for your information, or if the favor of getting her pushed out is the payment, I can see what I can do with it.
We'll talk.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
I turn back to Alex and I give them Marie.
Okay, I'll take Marie.
I don't know what you can do with Marie, if anything, but
Right.
she was good as a worker in life. And perhaps you can continue to add to our information brokering.
Yeah. Sure. As long as she's not a nervous Nelly after death, too.
Couldn't say. You'd have to determine that yourself.
Okay. Did she have any, personal effects at the union office?
Yeah, notebooks, pens, pencils.
No, I mean, like real special, sentimental.
You'd have to check her apartment. I can give you the address.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So with that, you want to meet me at Elysium in about half an hour?
Sure.
45 minutes, maybe? It's got to be done tonight, though.
Okay, yeah. You got to give me time to, maybe put her in her apartment, and then I'll meet up with you.
Okay. Come on, Shaman. You're never lost for words. I want to know where you stand.
I want to know what this means.
Put simply, I'm not going to be a member of the Camarilla after tonight. I'm going to renounce my loyalty to the sect.
I get that. No, I get that. What does this mean? You're going to have a section of the city, possibly, and you're going to be fighting them off, and you're going to be defending that area? And what's going to be different in that part of the town than is going to be where it was before?
The difference will be is that in that area of town, vampires will be equal. They will be judged by their merits rather than their standing to Cain. The difference is that the Canaanite society that we once lived in is possible if we choose to fight for it. And I don't mean in a physical way, in a method of thinking. The Camarilla is a construction of people who are in power to keep power. That is its only purpose. So in this section of town, those laws, those ethos will not guide us. It'll be very simple. We'll obey the masquerade because that is smart. The domain will be respected because we will enforce that respect as necessary. And those within the domain will fight for the domain. Think of it like a fiefdom, in a way. Clear lines, though. Backed up by real power.
How is that different than anarch?
Because anarch is a Camarilla word. It's a Camarilla construct. The Camarilla consider anarchs theirs, just wayward children. I'm not going to be an anarch.
All right. Can you spare a few more Connex boxes?
Sure.
All right. Then, for now, I'm here.
Free to go as you choose. I need to clean up before I go to Elysium. At least a little bit. I'll see you all down there. I turn to Katerina. You and I need to have a few words before I go.
Understood.
So I'll walk a little bit further up the path back towards where we entered, back northeast, and I'll just say, you're in danger. I know you know that, but I'm reiterating it for you. With Velasquez gone, you are a target.
Yes, this is not unbeknownst.
I have an offer for you. A new location for your bakery. And an agreement to assist you in staying away from William Mallet as best we can, while we work to forge something together that is meaningful and lasts to affect the future. A place to do your art, and a place where you and I can continue to explore a future.
There will have to be lots of arrangements made, and this will have to be a much deeper talk at another time, yeah?
I assumed.
Then for now, I would like to take shelter in whatever capacity is needed.
I'm sure that my friends in Oakland will appreciate your pastries, of no doubt. So my plan, put simply, after this, is to head back to the office, probably look very quickly over any of the items on Marie's desk. Someone who has a desk that works at an office like that is that is where all their telltale things are, right? So pictures, important things in her desk that might be something Alex is looking for.
She has a picture on her desk in a silver frame of her and two older people who you assume are her parents. You know her father is gone, but her mother is still alive. So you assume that is her family.
I take it upstairs and I put it in my office upstairs. So that way, no matter what happens in the future, it doesn't get cleaned out or moved or replaced. That seems like an important keepsake for Marie. When I clean up in the mirror, I try not to think about everything I've lost. So I probably don't look at myself a whole ton. That means I might lose the chance to completely clean all the blood off of my face. But I think where I'm going next, I don't think it's going to matter.
Okay, so you get cleaned up. The rest of you can take a little bit of time to clean up as well if you choose to. Are you all meeting Marcus at Elysium?
Yeah, Vince is definitely going.
So you all arrive at Elysium before Marcus does. And Sebastian, aka Oscar Wilde, the proprietor of the Vampire Club, just looks up. He looks a little frazzled, which is strange for him. He looks around. It is packed in here. There are a ton of vampires in here. Marcus finally arrives.
Yeah, so when I arrive at Elysium, I will, of course, speak with the Keeper of Elysium first, as is respectful of their position. Oscar's always been a decent fellow, so why not? The winds of change are here. I promise to go easy on Elysium always. I pat him on the shoulder. I'm going to look throughout the crowd here, and I'm going to look for one very specific member of the Kindred, and that would be Jean.
Jean is sitting in the back where she was before the last time you saw her here, and she looks much, much worse.
Right, because she hasn't been cleansed. I think that to myself. I walk over to Jean.
Marcus, Prince is gone. You know that? They're just gone. Didn't even tell me they were going. She sounds almost drunk.
Are you in the bag?
No, I haven't slept. I didn't sleep last night. I don't know what's going on anymore.
It's all right, Jean. I'm going to take care of everything.
Uh-huh. Can you fix this?
In fact, I can.
Ah,
For a price.
do we ever do anything for free?
Sometimes. Sometimes out of the goodness and kindness of our own unbeating black hearts, we certainly do. But tonight is not that night. You're going to go see a friend of mine. His name is Vince Markovich.
The baby?
Yes, that baby's going to save your ass. And then after that is done, you're going to come find me because I have a new job for you.
Fuck else am I gonna do? Esme's gone. Don't think they're coming back.
I smirk. After I leave Jean, I take my jacket off and I head towards the bar. I will find Fuzzy in the crowd.
He's there. He's looking very excited. He's in full biker leather tonight.
I toss my leather to him. Hold this.
With pleasure.
I leap onto the bar. So once I am atop the bar, I will activate awe. At the very least, get some attention. And I'll reach down and grab a glass or a bottle or something like that. And for anybody else who I don't have their attention, I will smash that glass. Just grab the last vestiges of eyes.
Everyone turns to look at you as the glass shatters.
My fellow kindred, I come before you tonight at this expression of our place of peace to reveal the truth of our shared reality, one which affects our entire city. This moment is necessary for those who meet even now with apartheid in their hearts for the Kindred of San Francisco. May they be judged for their part in the lamentations that will come to pass. For a plot has been formed against my coterie by a recent visitor, William Mallet, a name I know you are all aware of. Now, if the danger were mine alone to bear, I would have regarded this as a personal matter. But since he has attempted to involve my coterie in a direct conspiracy against Prince Velasquez, I must speak out against this act of war. And make no mistake, I turn and find the eyes of our sheriff. A war is what William Mallet wants. Our city has not yet recovered from the infection launched against us by these treacherous Sabbat. But this night alone, we have delivered the city from the master of this plan. It is at this moment, at our weakest, that William Mallet comes to us to plot, as he seeks to pick this city like the ripe fruit it is in his eye. On behalf of my fellow kindred, I extend my arms to the wide swaths of Oakland kindred who are here. I make this statement. Those within these halls have known me as a kindred of the kind. I am invested in my afterlife as I was while I drew breath, a fairer and more equal slice of unlife for all. But since the Camarilla will never consent to adopt this course, for how could they, as doing so would betray everything they are built on, you fellow kindred, should make your own choice about your future, as I have made mine. It is clear I can no longer continue my allegiance with the Camarilla, for it has shown me it only cares for its own existence and continued prosperity. Mallet was not the first of his kind to come to a city and attempt to impose his will on the kindred, for we Bruja remember the Knights of Carthage all too well. The greed of Rome plays out again for all to see. The sheer audacity to insist I forgive a prince who has wronged me, and then to cover up their false demise as some anarch plot, as an example of my faithfulness to the Camarilla, while Mallet installs his next chosen prince? I find this impossible. Perhaps all this seems too incredible for you, but I ask that you believe the kindred who once stood before you as their scourge, and in this night found justice for our beloved Luther Garibaldi. This kind of treachery is what lay at the heart of the Camarilla. There is in us still a chance to throw off these chains and live. Not as members of a society built on the backs and blood of others to serve the remaining few, but to ensure that a new age arrives on the shores of San Francisco, each one of us having a portion rightly to ourselves. And that is what I must do for my fellow kindred in this city from now on. I welcome you to join me in this new night.
Fuzzy and the Oakland Bruja off to the side all start cheering. And Mariam, the Gangrel Primogen, jumps up next to you and she yells at everyone, "You don't have to join us, but you shouldn't stay with them. All Mallet wants is a Ventru princedom with a Ventru prince, and a Ventru council running roughshod over our liberties, restricting our freedoms, holding us only to what they want. The White Tower, who aren't even here, we were dying, and do they send anyone other than their hammer? This can't last. It shouldn't last. And if we have anything to do with it, it won't." And all of the gangrel in the hallways in the main floor of Elysium all start cheering, and someone yells out for Luther, and there's a lot of noise, but it seems you have a lot of people agreeing with you.
I step off the bar. I grab my jacket from Fuzzy, and I put my Bruja leather back on, and I walk the fuck out.
And that is where we'll leave tonight's episode. Thank you all for tuning in for the finale of Blood Moon Rising, our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle here at the Old Ways podcast. We hope you will keep your eye out for some downtime and in-between seasons content from our coterie. And, of course, join us for season 2. Thank you, and good night.